Live in this little vortex we got going on here. Welcome to the stream. We're for real now. Shit's actually happening now. Not looking too bad. This, I guess, is just for VOD watchers because not shit is happening right now. I'm trying to get the stream up and running. There we go. All right. So we're live. How's it going? So today we're going to be discussing the new stream schedule, which is sick. And I'm going to be doing an MCU tier list. I'll probably be doing more tier lists in the future. My schedule kind of allows for that. The schedule I made, because I've always wanted to do one of these tier list things. I'll probably cut it up and post it on my YouTube, I would think. Just because I think it makes for good content. I at least like watching tier lists, so I feel like people like watching tier lists. So we're going to do an MCU tier list of the Marvel movies, TV shows, and then some of the Netflix shows. I haven't seen most of them. And then like shit like Runaways and stuff I haven't seen. But I do have opinions on some of them, so they're included still. The Disney Plus shows are in there, and then the proper movies themselves. But yeah, so we're going to do that. I'll discuss my stream schedule here in a second. And we'll just go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about the stream schedule now. I'll talk about it now, and I'll talk about it at the end as well. So this is the stream schedule. Not that pretty. Just comic stands. Comic stands and all that. Sorry about that. That was the stream on my phone. Comic stand, all that. Sorry about that. That was the stream. Jesus Christ. All right, there we go. Now we can start. So this is the stream schedule right here. I did Comic Sans just because of the meme. I thought it'd be funny. It's a shitty Word document as well. But, so here we go. Monday, Wednesday, we are playing Halo Infinite multiplayer. For sure. At different time slots. So Monday it's going to be between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I'm going to start the stream. I'll tweet out around then. I'll probably tweet out in the day. Because with my job, it just depends. I get her home around that time, so maybe closer to 9, but if I get home early, I'll probably start at 8 o'clock. We'll be playing through Halo Infinite multiplayer. You guys know I love doing Halo Infinite, so we're going to keep doing that, especially as the new updates come out and whatnot. I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's a good long-term, consistent thing for me to play over here on Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be doing whatever current game I'm playing through. So like right now, you guys saw we're doing Pirate Warriors 4. I have some other stuff in the pipeline as well. So yeah, whatever current game we're playing through is going to be on Tuesday and Thursday. Pirate Warriors 4 has to be put on hiatus, unfortunately. Mainly because I'm about to lose Game Pass. But I'm deciding if I'm going to keep it a surprise or not for Tuesday what we're going to play. Nah, we're not. I think it's going to be Mass Effect 1 is what we're going to start with our current game playthroughs. We'll do Mass Effect 1, play something else, then go to 2, play something else, then go to 3. I think that'd be fun. So yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's what we'll be doing. And then Sundays will be stuff like today, which is a Monday. But Sundays around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be random. It'll be a let's chat or just watching or just talking. What is it called? The tagging on Twitch? Just talking? Just chatting. Okay. So it'll be a just chatting scenario, kind of like today, streamless, shit like that. One-offs will be like stuff like Knockout City, which I like to play, maybe some Dragon Ball Fighters, One Piece Burning Blood, shit that like I don't want to play all the way through, or I have already beaten and I have all the characters and we just kind of mess around and do that. Or a secondary game is also possible. So if I end up picking up another game besides Mass Effect or whatever current game we're playing, that will be streamed on Sundays exclusively. I guess until I finish the game, and then that will be moved to the Tuesday, Thursday slot, and then we'll put another game in for the secondary. I haven't worked all that out yet. Follow me over at Shrevingsley on Twitter for other updates. about possible streams on Fridays and Saturdays. I don't want to say I'm not going to stream on those days, but I don't want to include them in the schedule just in case, because those are going to be my, like, quote unquote days off, I guess. But like I might hop in for a 2-hour stream in a random hour on a Friday or Saturday, you know, especially like around now on a Friday or Saturday, like noon-ish Eastern Standard Time. I'd probably be hopping on, play some more Halo Infinite, play a campaign or something. I don't know, but it's possible that Friday and Saturday I will stream. I just don't want to include it on the schedule and guarantee it. But Sunday through Thursday, guaranteed, it's going to happen. Streams are happening those days at those times. Wednesday, I wanted to do an early morning stream just so that I could stream and then go to work. The Tuesday, Wednesday back-to-back might be a little chaotic, but I think it'll be fun. So we'll do that. And yeah, so that's the stream schedule. I'll go over it again once everything is said and done. But let's go ahead and get into the MCU tier list. Oh man, I'm so excited to do this. So, right, like I said, right off the bat, haven't seen Cloak and Dagger, haven't seen Jessica Jones, which is a mistake. I need to watch that because I know that first season's fucking fire. Haven't seen The Punisher, haven't seen Defenders. I like The Punisher and Daredevil, but I haven't seen his show. Haven't seen Defenders because I've only seen, well, I'll get there. Well, I can tell you, I've only seen, Matt Murdock, the show. I've only seen Daredevil and Luke Cage. I haven't seen Runaways, and I've seen a little bit of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I feel like I haven't seen enough to like have an opinion on it, if that makes sense. And Iron Fist, I hear is bad, but I don't know. So we'll throw that in there as well. Everything else in here I've seen. We'll go ahead and throw Inhumans on there because I saw an episode and it was horrible. So I have nothing else to say about that. So we'll just start with Inhumans. And I guess we'll just go down the list as it appears here. We'll rank them accordingly. So let's start with Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok to me is like the top of A tier. And here's why. Anytime they're on Sakaar, or really anytime Hela isn't in the picture, until the end, of course. She's a good villain, but like the stuff she does leading up is like boring and kind of stupid. Like when she kills all the Warrior 6 or whatever, Thor's crew, kills everybody except for Sif, who wasn't there. That was pretty lame. Yeah, whenever it cuts back to her in Asgard, I was just like not into it as much. But that's like the only thing that drags the film down at all. And it's not on. Is it Cate Blanchett that played Hela? I don't remember. I don't remember the actress's name. But it's not on her. She does a great job in the movie. It's just when the Asgard shit is just not what I'm into until the end, when they fight on Asgard at the end, which is fucking sick. The rest of the movie, a lot of fun. You can tell Taika Waititi was having a great time. The cast was having a great time. Lots of what seems like ad-libbing. Really took the Thor character in a different comedic direction, which I really liked. And not just like straight comedy. He's like a happy-go-lucky idiot, you know? He's not even really an idiot. He's just like happy-go-lucky about shit. And I like that. I like that change for Thor. He's not all like super serious all the time. Because the Shakespearean serious shit was getting old, you know? So. Oh, there are two others I need to throw in here. Haven't seen Eternals yet. And I haven't seen Thor the Dark World, wherever that is. Let's knock those out right now. I will be watching Eternals, but I haven't seen it as of this tier list. So, yeah. I've just heard it's bad. I know it's on Disney Plus now. I've been putting it off. I'll probably be watching it here soon. Thor the Dark World I haven't seen. I may see it, I may not. I don't know. I missed it in theaters. I did want to see it when it came out, but when I missed it in theaters, I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to see this. And I still haven't. I want to save this for last. I'm going to throw it down here. What other ones do I want to save? Just to move some shit around real quick. I should have done this before it started. We're talking about the Ant-Man movies. I want them kind of next to each other. Infinity War and Endgame. I want to talk about these movies like kind of in. Well, I can just kind of click through. Let's go ahead and get Luke Cage and Daredevil out the way. Luke Cage is also an A, but I think it's comparing TV shows to movies is hard. But I think it's like worse than Thor Ragnarok if we were ranking them in order. The villain of the second half of the first season, I just was not as much into as Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth was a great villain. Mahershala was killing it. Mahershala Ali, killing it as Cottonmouth. Mike Coulter, killing it as Luke Cage. Rosario Dawson, always as good as a Night Nurse, back in this show. Luke Cage is great. I've only seen a little bit of the second season, which I hear is underrated. So keep that in mind. This is really only for the first season. And then I'm ranking it up here. But, yeah, man, Luke Cage is the truth. And Mike Coulter, I really, really, really hope will be Luke Cage in the MCU. I don't think it's going to happen, but I really hope it does because he's amazing. He's a great Luke Cage. The cast around him in Harlem, you know, working out the barbershop and all that, just a lot of fun. A lot of cool shit happening. Selling Avengers DVDs on the street and shit of the 2012 incident, you know, of the first Avengers movie. That's super funny. I really like that. Yeah, so we're going to put Luke Cage right there in A also, but definitely below Thor Ragnarok. We'll throw Daredevil up here now. Daredevil is like also under Ragnarok, in my opinion. And that's mainly because these seasons don't need to be as long as they are. And that's a problem Luke Cage has, too, in his season that I've seen. But Daredevil, like, the seasons just drag a little bit too long. If it was, like, a tighter, like, 8 episodes instead of, I think it's 12 or 13. If it was, like, 8 episodes or 7 episodes, I feel like Daredevil would be insanely good. Definitely S-tier candidate type shit. But as it stands, 3 seasons of great television. Charlie Cox is amazing as Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Dude who plays Fogg is great. Dude who plays Karen Page. Lady who plays Karen Page is awesome. The twist with Ben Urich in the first season's insane. Obviously, dude who plays Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio is his name. I had to think about that. Vincent D'Onofrio kills it. It's incredible. So, yeah, Daredevil season 1 specifically is an S tier. But 2 and 3 I don't think are quite as good, so it's going to be an A tier because I think the pacing's a little bit worse than those. But the season, like the story going on, is as interesting, I'd say, but I think the pacing is just off. I don't know why they mandated those seasons to be so long when they dropped them all in batches anyway. You would think that they'd just be like, all right, let's write this for 8 episodes. Fuck it. And I don't know. Luke Cage, Daredevil, both had me the whole time. I think they're both very similar in quality. I'm sure Jessica Jones, specifically the first season, because I've heard the other 2 seasons aren't that good, would be up here as well in A, but that's about all I have to say about the Marvel Netflix shows. I'm going to go ahead and throw one more show out. Agent Carter. Agent Carter, very, very solid show. I wish it didn't get canceled. Of the ABC shows, my favorite of what I've seen. Because I've seen a good amount of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just haven't seen enough that I feel like I can say something about it. Because it's all been like first season shit, and I just was not into it. But Agent Carter is great. Haley Atwell is fantastic as Agent Carter. She can carry the shit out of a show. That's about all I have to say. It's just a fun show. It's only in B though, just because not too many consequences, and it seemed like it was ramping up to something great, like a fantastic season 3, and it never happened. If it got a season 3, I think it would be an A tier. But as it stands, Agent Carter top of B tier. Watch it on Disney Plus. It's a great show. It's just chilling on Disney Plus. That's where I saw it. So, all right. Let's start with Iron Man. Iron Man's going to be an S tier. Iron Man 1. Fantastic movie. Kicked off the MCU. I've always liked this movie since I saw it. I remember I was sick in bed in 2009 or something, and Iron Man was available for rent. And I was like, all right, let me watch this. And I was like in middle school or something, or maybe even elementary school in 2009. Anyway, I remember being sick as hell, and in between like throwing up and stuff, I was watching Iron Man, and I was like, this is something different. I'd never seen anything like Iron Man before it came out. The quips, the fast-paced comedic nature, him in like Iraq or Afghanistan at the beginning of the movie, like it was just really cool. And then like the whole like origin shit starting up, you know, like after he's out of the Ten Rings captivity, and he's like the scenes where he's making the suit and modifying it and all that and doing the test runs. Fantastic stuff. A top tier origin movie. Definitely one of the best MCU movies. Give Iron Man another watch. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. The Incredible Hulk is going to be in C tier. I think The Incredible Hulk is underrated. Every time I watch it, I'm like, wow, this is a lot better than I remember it being. But I always forget a little bit about it when I see it. So its forgettable nature, I'm going to put it in C tier. But it is, I've said all these things are like at the top of their tiers. Agent Carter may not be, but it is definitely a solid TV show. The Hulk is probably the top of C tier. Underrated. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Iron Man 2. Where are you at? I know you're in here somewhere. Iron Man 2 is also going to be in C tier. I don't think I can quite put it into D tier. Iron Man 2, it's got issues. A lot of it, I think, has to do with them trying to set up their universe. Kevin Feige, the producer, was still like, he's been working on many Marvel movies. Like I'm pretty sure he worked on the original Spider-Man. He's worked on some of the X-Men flicks. Like, he's no stranger to superhero movies, but they hadn't really done like a universe like this before. So I think you can see Marvel Studios like interfering with what Jon Favreau wanted to do with the sequel, which tell the Demon in the Bottle storyline with Iron Man, which kind of gets played off as a joke in this movie. Like, they don't take it super duper seriously. But there's still some fun shit in here. You know, I didn't really like Don Cheadle at first as War Machine when he appeared. He's definitely grown into the role. He's been great, you know. He's introduced in this movie as War Machine. The famous scene of like, I'm here, get over it, let's move on, as soon as he gets introduced. Poor Terrence Howard, man. He was good in Iron Man 1 also, but man, it stinks that he had to get knocked out that role. But Don Cheadle does a great job. He's been a great replacement. And I mean, he is War Machine. I mean, technically Terrence Howard is just Rhodey. But Don Cheadle is War Machine. And then the fight at the end really elevates it from D to C tier. I was watching it the other day. The flower petals in the sky, War Machine and Iron Man back to back fighting the hammer drones and then fighting Vanco. Like, good shit at the end of that movie. But all the MCU setup stuff really drags it down. And this won't be the last movie on this tier list that has MCU shit dragging it down and making it a worse movie. But I mean, I like MCU stuff for sure, but you can tell like some of the setup they're trying to do really detracts from the movie they're trying to make, you know? So, I don't know. Iron Man 2 a lot of times feels more like a stepping stone in the MCU than a sequel to the first Iron Man, but hey, what can you do? That's C tier for you. So let's go ahead and throw Thor in next. We'll just go in movie order from here. Thor Ragnarok, you know, fuck it. I'm going to throw Thor in C tier also. Wherever it's at. There it is. I liked it when it came out. I saw it in theaters. I had a lot of fun with it. But going back, it's just kind of whatever. It's a very mediocre Marvel movie. And his fucking his blonde eyebrows in this movie, man. Watch Thor 1 again and look at Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows and tell me that's not distracting. Just pay attention to it when the movie starts, how his eyebrows look, and you tell me if it's distracting or not to you for the rest of the film. But there's some decent stuff in here. Like, I feel like Natalie Portman does a good job in the movie. Anthony Hopkins is good. Tom Hiddleston actually, I don't think is very good in this movie, but he gets a lot better. I think it just has to do with Kenneth Branagh's direction. And then Idris Elba, I mean, he's wasted in these movies, but everybody already knows that. Very unfortunate that Idris Elba is as wasted as he is. At least he gets a little bit of cool shit to do in Ragnarok. And at least he's in Infinity War, but like, I mean, yeah, poor Idris Elba, man. But yeah, Thor is just mediocre. I'm sure they saved a lot of money filming in New Mexico, though. Good for them. Captain America 1 is going to go into low B tier as this keeps getting bumped down. Captain America 1 is a lot better than I remember. It's also a little bit stupider than I remember. It's a lot of big explosions and like slow-mo, like, yeah, you know, like from explosion shit in the middle, towards the end of the movie. And I don't really like the way they do the montage of action, but like the first hour, and this is actually very similar to another movie I've never thought about that. There's another movie on this list that has very similar problems to me as Captain America, the first Avenger. Is a little bit better, but it has a lot of the same problems, and I'll get into that in a second. But the first hour is great, talking about, you know, establishing who Steve Rogers is as a character, you know, jumping on the grenade. I can do this all day in the alley, you know, against the bully. Seeing where his priorities are and why he wants to sacrifice for his country and all that. And then, like, being kind of disillusioned once he becomes Captain America. Like, he has a serum, but, like, they just want him to be a propaganda piece. Like, all that shit is really good. And then, like, the second half of the movie, like, basically after he goes and rescues Bucky and all them in the Howling Commandos, the rest of the movie after that feels like a clip show. And I don't like that. But the ending of Captain America, where he's like, I had a date, cut to black. Fantastic stuff. Especially, I heard Cosmonaut Picture Show talk about that in his review. And I was like, yeah, that was really good. And I never really thought about it. But I agree with him. That shit is really good. So that elevates him to B tier. There's the other movie on here, shit that'll also elevate it to B tier. But yeah, Captain America, man. Good shit. All right, Avengers 1. Avengers 1 is going to be at the bottom of A tier. Avengers 1, at the time, no one had ever seen anything like it. I mean, seeing Iron Man interact with Captain America, with Thor, Hawkeye, all them, it was a sight to behold. I remember when I was a kid trying to go see this movie was such a pain in the ass, because I was in middle school at this time. So I guess when Iron Man 1 came out, I would have been in elementary school. So middle school then. I was in middle school for Avengers 1. Couldn't drive, obviously. And that weekend, I was like, guys, someone please take me to see this movie. I know that when I go to school, it will be spoiled for me, whatever happens. So I need to see it this weekend. And my cousin came through. Doesn't really like Marvel movies. Hasn't ever really seen. Avengers 1 might be the only one she's seen. But she took me to see that movie. So shout out to Gina. Thank you. Still, I really, to this day, I'm like, that was really fucking cool. But anyway, going back to Avengers 1, a lot of it feels like it's shot like a TV show. I feel like Joss Whedon's still getting his directing legs. Like, he had directed Serenity, which was a movie and shit like that, but I mean, he's a controversial figure now, so I don't know if he'll be directing anything else. But maybe not controversial. He seems just like a piece of shit. But anyway, that interview with him, man, I was like, wow, you're even worse than people thought. That's insane. But anyway, a lot of it still feels like it's shot like a TV show. Not all of it, but like especially the beginning shit with Nick Fury. I'm like, oh god, this is like, I feel like I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, like It just doesn't look very cinematic. As it gets going, though, it gets better. A lot of cool team-up moments in the movie. Crazy to see. Thor and Hulk side by side, and then Hulk punching Thor to the side, like to get the spotlight after that fight. And Captain America and Iron Man teaming up to fix the turbine, and on the helicarrier and shit like that. Just super cool. Avengers 1 is underrated by really selling Black Widow as a character, too. I don't know if people remember that, but in Iron Man 2, she was, like, kind of shitty. But in Avengers, they, like, not only did they give her a personality, but, like, they showed her competency level in a completely different way than just kicking a bunch of ass. Like, that interrogation scene where she's just like, dude, this idiot's giving me everything. What do you want? Like, I don't... Please call me later. Like, I was like, yo, she's really at control of this whole fucking thing. And then her scene with Loki, where like, it looks like Loki got her to her core, but she's just like, so Bruce Banner, you want him to turn into the Hulk, huh? Okay. And I was like, yo, she's fucking crazy. So that's an underrated aspect of Avengers 1 also, is selling Black Widow as a character. But yeah, Avengers 1, fun time. Definitely A-tier material. All right, so what comes after Avengers 1? Iron Man 3, I think. Iron Man 3 is going to go into B tier above Captain America Civil War. Or Civil War, Jesus, no. It's going to go above Captain America. Iron Man 3, underrated. Watch it again. Take a step back from 2013 when it came out and you were disappointed about the Mandarin twist. And just watch it for what it is. I think you'll have a good time. Tony Stark against the ropes, like, having to, like, make makeshift gadgets to get by. And, like, going from Iron Man suit to Iron Man suit, just getting ripped apart by Aldrich Killian, which, sorry, Guy Pearce, you were the weakest part of that movie. I mean, that's part of the problem with the Mandarin twist, is that Guy Pearce was not that good of a villain. But you take it as like a Tony Stark flick, an Iron Man flick, just by itself, it's solid. Give it another look. I had a lot of fun with it. Christmas movie as well. I watched it at Christmas. It's on my Christmas movie rotation, along with something else on this list now. But yeah, Iron Man 3, give it another watch. It's worth it. So after Iron Man 3 is Thor the Dark World, which I haven't seen. So that would be Winter Soldier. I like Winter Soldier a little bit less than Iron Man 1. I'm gonna be honest. But Winter Soldier is fucking awesome. It was awesome when it came out. I paid to see this movie in quarters. I remember that when it came out. I saw it pretty late, too. I saw it a couple weeks after it came out because I just couldn't get a ride over to the mall. But eventually, someone in my family was going shopping. And I was like, can I just go with you and watch the movie? And then when I leave, I'll be shopping. And that's what I did. And it was awesome. Captain America Winter Soldier is great for a lot of reasons. Introduces the Falcon. Love Anthony Mackie as a Falcon. Fucking awesome. Brings back Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier. Great shit. Robert Redford's a good villain in this movie. Sam Jackson as Nick Fury has shit to do. He has a great action sequence, car chase thing. I was watching that like yesterday. It's still fucking awesome. Every time I watch it, I'm like, man, is this like this might be the last action scene we get out of Nick Fury? Like, it was so good though. That action scene's awesome. Being on the run, Hydra infecting. Not even really infecting Shield. Hydra is Shield basically the whole time. Good twist. Didn't see that coming at the time. I don't know. Like I didn't pay a lot of attention to the marketing material, so maybe that was like known, but because I wasn't like Captain America's bottom of B tier, but I wasn't like super in love with the first movie, so I wasn't like super hyped to see Winter Soldier. That's why I saw it late, and yeah, man, just a lot of good shit in there. I don't even know really what else to say. Captain America Winter Soldier, top tier Marvel movie. All right. Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I like a little... No. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is also S tier. These two movies back to back in 2014. Talk about a back to back fucking Marvel movie powerhouse. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, I like a little less than Winter Soldier, but who would have fucking thought? You know, I remember this movie was announced, and I was like, Guardians of the Galaxy, really? Like, the tree guy? The raccoon dude? Really? Because Rocket Raccoon had just been a DLC in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so I knew who he was. I was like, why? Why this? And it was great. James Gunn fucking knocked it out the park. Introduced a lot of really fun characters. Star-Lord, awesome. Gamora, awesome. Drax, hilarious. I'm not the biggest fan of Rocket Raccoon, but I like when he's around. Especially now after Guardians 2, which will also be on this list. Obviously. But yeah, great movie. Funny shit. Not the best villain. Ronan kind of sucks as a villain, but like, it says a lot that he sucks as a villain, but the movie's still good without him. Like, just as great without him. So, yeah, not much to say about Guardians of the Galaxy. Great movie. Avengers Age of Ultron. It's going to be C tier. And here's why. I really don't like James Spader as Ultron. I don't like him. Don't know why. It's always bothered me. I never thought he was that great a villain. He's acting well, but I've never liked Ultron from the first time I saw this movie. The stuff with... Let me talk about the negatives right now while I'm in like a negative groove. Honestly, the color palette kind of isn't great. Like, it's very gray. Like, you can see it on the poster. Like, how it looks. It's very like gray and washed out. Like, even more so than some of these other movies. And it's like, ugh, you know. Watching it, I'm like, I don't want to watch this just because of the color palette, which is like lame. But this is my tier list, so I'll talk about what I need to talk about. Thor's subplot with the pool shit, like going into the little lake thing, stupid as hell. Didn't need to be in the movie. Man, a lot of stupid shit in Age of Ultron. The stuff at Hawkeye's house, I really like Hawkeye, but like that slows the movie way the hell down. Especially the stuff with like, here we go, the romance between Bruce Banner and Natasha. God, dude, ugh, that shit was not cool. And then in retrospect, you know, Joss Whedon likes the fucking dude falling on ladies' boobs thing. It's like, it happened here, it happened in Justice League. Like, that's just not funny, man. Like, it's stupid. Just straight up. Didn't need to be in there. The subplot about the doctor, dumb. Sorry. Yeah, man. Not the biggest fan of Age of Ultron. There's some good shit in there, though. Hulk versus Iron Man. Great shit. One of the best fights in the MCU. No cap. When I watch Age of Ultron, I watch it because of that fight. Fighting all the Ultron robots, I thought was kind of lame too at the end. A lot of good moments in there, but pretty lame. Introduced Vision pretty well. Introduced Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver not so well, but they're introduced. It's another thing too. The Scarlet Witch is like whatever in this movie, but she gets a lot better as these movies go. So respect. Tony Stark is like a way bigger asshole in this movie than like any other movie since like Iron Man 1, which is crazy. He's like laughing off the fact that he caused all this bullshit. Like, he's the cause of this movie. Didn't like that as an Iron Man fan. Yeah. But there's some good shit in there. Cool shots. Lots of cool team ups. Hawkeye has a lot to do in this movie, which I respect. Big Hawkeye fan. But yeah, definitely a C tier movie. Sucks that this had to be Hawkeye's Avengers movie because it's the worst one. All right. Lots of C tiers here. Ant-Man 1, I like better than Age of Ultron, but is also C tier. Just a mediocre movie. I saw it twice when it came out. Couldn't tell you why. But it's a movie I have fun with. Just can be kind of slow. And it's not that funny. You think it'd be funnier. But there are things in it that carry the movie. Yeah, sorry about that. Paul Rudd's great. Michael Pena's great. Should have introduced Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp in this movie. I don't know why she was just like sidelined for the whole fucking movie. I think that's stupid. You can see the Edgar Wrightness still in this from when he was working on the movie. You can see a lot of the action sequences and stuff that he came up with are in here, and you can feel his energy. Like the Michael Pena stuff, you can feel like that feels like an Edgar Wright idea. I don't know if it was, but feels like an Edgar Wright idea. His like recapping shit, which I really liked. It's little stuff like that I really like about Ant-Man 1. But for the most part, just the definition of a mediocre Marvel movie. Like it is like the blueprint. I would say. Like Iron Man 1 is the blueprint, but like Ant-Man is like Iron Man 1, but like average. That's okay, because there's another Ant-Man movie on this list. So after Ant-Man was Civil War. Civil War's the top right now. Captain America Civil War. I fucking love this movie. I watch it all the time. And I like pretty much everything about it. Has some problems. Like some of the stuff with Zemo is a little stupid. The way he goes about things. A little bit contrived. But such a fun fucking movie, man. And then the ending, when they're pitted against each other, and it's like, Winter Soldier killed Iron Man's parents. It's like, holy shit. I did not see that coming. And I should have. At the time, I was like, how did I not see this coming? But Captain America Civil War is so much fun. You know, even though there aren't a whole lot of stakes in the actual fight between all the heroes, a lot of fun shit in there, you know? And a lot of fun shit leading up, too. Like Captain America and Bucky escaping his apartment and running into Black Panther and going through... Was it Berlin they're in at that time? Great shit. The opening sequence is really good, really fun, even though it like sets up all the shit. I like that they're like talking about accountability in these movies, because like shit's just been exploding all over the place. Last movie they picked up a city and dropped it. Not them, but you know what I mean. Like I just like that they're acknowledging the shit. And everybody gets a really cool moment in Civil War. Like every character. From Hawkeye and Vision to fucking Spider-Man, Ant-Man. Ant-Man, like, a lot of people were sold on Ant-Man by Civil War. Not including me, because I liked this movie well enough, but like, I don't know, man. I had a lot of fun with Civil War. Top of the tier. Doctor Strange, I believe, was next. I actually watched Doctor Strange the other day again. And it is going to go right here. I liked it a little bit better than I thought I did. I was surprised. It's not like a great movie. There's a lot of fun shit in there. I liked watching Doctor Strange's origin story, from being an asshole doctor to being an asshole sorcerer. Let me chill. I thought Caecilius actually wasn't the worst villain I ever saw. I've only seen this twice. Once in theaters and once like 2 or 3 days ago. Caecilius wasn't that bad. He was a lot better than I thought he was. Not that bad. It's Mads Mikkelsen. It's more that Mads Mikkelsen got wasted. He could have been Doctor Doom, man. That would have been fucking awesome. Anyway. Yeah, man. Not much to say about Doctor Strange. The shit with Dormammu at the end, really fun. I like that he puts him in a time loop, and that's how he beats him. I liked that at the time. I still like that. I think that was a good subversion. A lot of the it's a lot trippier than I remembered it being. I remember being kind of unimpressed by it in theaters, but I must have been tripping, because it was a lot cooler than I remembered it. It actually got me a little more excited for Doctor Strange 2, which I'm already super excited about. Multiverse of Madness. But yeah, Doctor Strange, solid flick. I say give that another watch too. You might not be disappointed. I definitely wasn't. It was a lot better than I remembered it being. Introduces Wong. I also want to see what they're going to do with Mordo in Doctor Strange 2, side note. Because I like Mordo in this too. I totally forgot about him altogether. So what was after Doctor Strange? We're getting into like the string of good shit. So like Thor Ragnarok, we've already done. Guardians 2. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. get back here. Guardians 2. Also, real quick at the bottom of this list, I feel like the only things that should count, like I like Daredevil's canon now, I guess. Luke Cage is, I don't know, maybe, I hope to God. I hope they bring Jessica Jones back. Because the little stuff I've seen Jessica Ritter, is it Jessica Ritter? It's something Ritter. Jessica Ritter. I don't think that's her name. But oh, that's gonna kill me. But the lady who plays Jessica Jones, she's fucking awesome. I hope she comes back too. Something Ritter. God damn it. I'm mad I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. But yeah. I don't know if these two should actually be here, but they're here. Did I just lose internet? Okay, we're good. That scared me for a second. All right. But yeah, I feel like most of these shouldn't count on my stuff except for Eternals and Thor the Dark World. I should have seen those. Anyway, Guardians 2 is a weird one for me. It changes by the day. It's going to be the top of B tier for now. Sometimes I really like this movie. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. Specifically, the shit with Rocket is what's dragging it down to B tier for me today. Sometimes the good shit brings it up to A tier, maybe even around Avengers 1 level. But right now, thinking about it, the Rocket stuff, I really didn't like his subplot. It was necessary for his character growth, but like, I just really didn't like a lot of the shit with him in this movie, and like the stuff with him and Groot and Yondu. But stuff with Peter Quill and his dad, stuff with Gamora and Nebula, introducing Mantis. I liked all that shit. Very visually pleasing movie. Great fight at the end. Cried over Mary Poppins. Like Yondu killed it. Like, even though the stuff with Yondu when he's getting like his crew taken over and shit is lame, that ending scene is so good of his funeral that like sometimes that alone brings it back up to A tier. But yeah, Guardians Volume 2. Sorry. But yeah, Guardians Volume 2. I really like it. And yeah, I think more people should. I don't know. I really don't know how people feel about Guardians 2. Do people think it's better than 1? I don't know. I don't know how other people feel about it, but I like the movie well enough. It was fun. Spider-Man Homecoming. It's going to be right here. I love Spider-Man. It's no secret. He's my favorite superhero. But I'm not going to act like Homecoming's better than those 4 movies. I do like it better than Ragnarok. A little bit. But it has a few problems of its own. It's all in New York, but Spider-Man doesn't really web swing through New York. It's kind of a nitpick, but when he's driving that fucking car, when he's going to Voltron, I'm like, why are you not swinging there, my guy? It's so stupid. I know this is a car ad. This is so dumb. Because he has his web shooter still. There's no reason why he shouldn't be swinging over there. I really actually love the stuff with Tony Stark and Peter Parker, including the boat shit and him taking away the suit, and then him like, all right, time to be an Avenger. And then Spider-Man's like, nah, I'm friendly neighborhood status. And then Tony Stark's like, I respect that. Okay. And I like their relationship in here. I like the stuff with Happy Hogan. Michael Keaton does a great job as the Vulture. It's underrated. I really like the Vulture's like henchmen guys, like the 2 Shockers and the Tinkerer. I really like them. They're great. Rewatching the movie recently, I'm like, those guys were great. Like, and then I never noticed the dude who plays the first Shocker. He's wearing the Shocker shit. And he's wearing the red and yellow. I'm like, oh god, dude, look at this. They're like really paying attention. They cast Donald Glover as Prowler. I hope that pays off. He needs to be in more of these movies. Start setting up Miles. But not like You can even do a movie with Prowler in it as like maybe Kingpin's like go-to guy. And then that's your way into Miles, because like maybe Kingpin gets overthrown and then Prowler's just a like Spider-Man solo problem. But Miles is involved in the 5th movie. I don't know. This is just me spitballing. Anyway, Spider-Man Homecoming. Fun movie. One of the best Spider-Man movies, I would say. It's in my top 3 or... It's probably in my top 4. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. A Spider-Man movie tier list is going to have to happen here eventually as well. But yeah, Homecoming, man. I wasn't expecting to like Tom Holland as much as I did when I first saw this movie. I saw it at a drive-in. He blew me away. The movie blew me away. The young cast blew me away. I mean, they're not young. They're all older than I am, I think, actually. But the cast blew me away. Great film. Great film. Great Spider-Man movie. And I don't like that Iron Man Jr. shit. Like, especially now. But that's a whole separate thing. So after Spider-Man was Thor. After Thor was Black Panther. Right? Black Panther? Put Black Panther over... I'm going to put it at the bottom of A tier, actually. I was thinking about B tier, mainly because the CGI of Black Panther is fucking atrocious. It is so bad. That fight at the end with Killmonger and Black Panther looks like shit. And Black Panther has a lot of problems. Between Black Panther and Captain America, it has a lot of the problems this other movie I've been alluding to has. But Black Panther, I think, did it better. It has a lot to say about, like everything that Killmonger says in this movie. I'm like, man, you're misguided, but like, goddamn, you're kind of right too. Like, it's crazy, dude. Michael B. Jordan kills it. Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. He kills it. The cast just brings it. It's a star-studded cast. Especially for a solo movie. It's a fucking star-studded cast. And they all do great. I think Ryan Coogler did a great job as a director. Ulysses Claw, fucking Andy Serkis, man. He's a trip in this movie. Like, I wish he didn't have to get murdered. Because he was a great villain too. Him and Killmonger working together. Like, I wish that like Claw could have like escaped or some shit instead of getting killed. But and Killmonger too. I don't know why he died. I mean, I do, but like that scene at the end where they're sitting at the sunset, and he says, "Bury me in the ocean." I'm like, oh, dude. Fucking incredible stuff. And then you fall in love with these characters, man. Like, M'Baku's fucking awesome. Fucking Shuri's great. Although, like, maybe her actress isn't. But she's great in the character in this movie. Lupita Nyong'o's character was alright. I feel like she needed more to do for being, like, an Oscar winner. You know? I feel like she didn't have, like, Like, she was, like, fighting and shit, but I feel like her plot was, like, kind of weak. Like, I cared more about Okoye than her. I really like Okoye. I'm excited to see her back in Black Panther 2. Her and M'Baku, I'm all fucking ready for it. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Black Panther 2. But yeah, the stuff they're saying in Black Panther, good stuff. Yeah. Not much else to say. Except, I know he's a character in the comics. But did we really need Everett Ross there? Like, I like Martin Freeman as much as the next guy. Like, he's one of my favorite actors. But, like, did we need him there? I don't think we did. I don't think he needed to be there. That's just me. Just because he feels like kind of a tag-along white character for no reason. If you're going to do a tag-along white character, why don't you just throw Bucky in there, in the mix? Like, even if it's just at the end. That's just me, though, because I feel like he's like kind of a wasted character in that movie. Avengers Infinity War. What can I say? I It's the best Marvel movie in my opinion. I'll go ahead and say that right now. I love Avengers Infinity War. It's amazing. I love everything about it. I probably do have problems with it, but I'm so blinded by everything I love in the movie that I don't see it. I watch Infinity War all the time. All the fights, Thanos and his quest to get the stones, the team ups, the balancing of characters, the plot progression, how it feels like a Iron Man movie, a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and a Thanos movie all at the same time. And an Avengers movie, obviously. Is just insane. And the ending, I'll never forget the ending, ever. I bawled my eyes out when Spider-Man died, man. I was like, I can't believe they're doing this. It was crazy. Ugh. And then Iron Man, when he's like, he puts his hands together, and he's just like fucking sad as shit with that shot with the sun behind him. I'm like, oh my god, dude. I wish Captain America had more to do, I guess. Might be my only problem with the movie that I can think of. I really don't. I can't think of anything. It was just great. Everything about it was great. I even like the Nieve Delir shit, like with Peter Dinklage as the giant and Rocket, Groot, and Thor making the axe. I love all that shit too. And that's the only that would be my only criticism is it slows down there. But every time I watch it, I'm like, I'm in. I'm all in for this shit. You know, so Infinity War yet to be topped. I don't know if it will be topped. Phenomenal movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp is next. That is going to go probably here. I like it a little bit better than Captain America. This is a controversial opinion because people really hate this movie. They really do. I don't see it. I have a lot of fun with Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think they turned up the jokes. They turned up everything else to 11 from the last movie. I think you see the growth of Peyton Reed as a director. I just have a lot of fun with Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's definitely one I throw on all the time. Is it my favorite? Actually, I think I like it a little better than Doctor Strange. Kind of good with that there. But yeah, is it like the best ever? No. Definitely not. But is it like a fun fucking time? Yeah. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. I liked it when I saw it. Still like it when I watch it. Is it dumb? Yeah. But it's dumb fun. And everybody's bringing it, so... I know, except for, like Walton Goggins didn't need to be in that movie. That could have been somebody else. Not that he's a bad actor. I like him, but I just feel like he didn't have anything to do. That's really all I have to say about that. Captain Marvel. Throw here. I have to throw it here, and here's why. I've fallen asleep twice watching Captain Marvel. That's why it's got to be this low. I don't hate the movie. I don't really get the hate around it, but it's just not one of my favorites of these. I think Brie Larson's fine in this movie. I actually like her a lot better in Endgame. It gives me hope for the Marvels because in this movie she's just kind of stoic and boring. Sam Jackson's de-aging is good, but he still looks stiff, you know, because he's older. So it's not like crazy. Jude Law is a solid villain as far as I like the message of Captain Marvel. Like, don't fucking let people gaslight you. I like that. You know? And I feel like Jude Law does a good job at perpetuating that. And so does Brie Larson, busting through her shit, you know, at the end. That fight scene at the end is fucking sick. That's a reason why it's above Hulk. And all that. But yeah, I mean, it's just whatever. It's a whatever movie. But the messages in there are good. and I do like and appreciate them. I just get bored watching it. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about Thor, except I think Captain Marvel's just a better movie than Thor. I didn't think Iron Man 2 would be at the bottom of this list, but it's looking like it's going to stay there. I was saying earlier with Iron Man 2 about movies having problems setting shit up. Age of Ultron is one of those movies. That's why it's down here also. I didn't think this was going to be at the bottom of the list, but here we are. Might have to switch these, actually. I think I like that better. Yeah. I think Thor is probably the worst one. Yeah, I'm okay with switching that. Alrighty. After Captain Marvel was Endgame. Throw Endgame here. It's not like much worse than these movies. For sure. But like Endgame is more of like a culmination of everything on this list so far than a movie itself. And that hurts it watching it by itself. So for me, it's not one of my it's in my top 5 so far. But it's not one I watch all the time. But it has amazing moments. Few things will match the hype of Captain America picking up that goddamn hammer in the movie. Fucking awesome. Or when all the Avengers show up at the end. I love the time heist. I love the somber nature of the first hour of the movie. Because Infinity War was fucking insane. Everybody, half the population died in that movie, and they had to deal with that. And I liked how they dealt with that at the beginning of Endgame. The ending, I really like. I like Iron Man sacrificing himself, beating Thanos. That's really cool. I like Scarlet Witch getting to fight Thanos and beat his ass a little bit. Same with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is way better in Endgame than she was in her movie. Like I said, it gives me hope for the Marvels. Especially because I really like another character that'll be in the Marvels that I'm going to be talking about here in a little bit. I really like her too. So I think that movie has a lot of potential. But Thor, going from defeated to rising back up to the challenge. Captain America with his never give up attitude. Iron Man figuring out the key to time travel and having to be I gotta bring the kid back. I gotta bring all the people back, but I can't lose what I have. And then him sacrificing himself at the end is awesome. Hawkeye's haircut's horrible in this movie, but I'm glad he's doing cool shit and he gets to run around with the gauntlet. Him and Black Widow go to space. He's Ronin. Shit's cool. Black Widow's pretty wasted in this movie. Not completely, but good thing she had a lot of cool shit in Infinity War. Or not even really. Good thing she had some cool shit in Infinity War because she didn't do much here. I don't really like the decision of them killing her. The more I think about it, and they don't really play it up that big in the movie either. It's a little scene of them crying, but she's not a part of the big ass funeral with Tony Stark and them. You think it'd be a joint funeral type situation, honestly. But anyway, they at least deal with the consequences of Black Widow's death in Hawkeye and a little bit in her own movie. So that's cool, I guess. And that's really my only problem with Endgame is that Black Widow's kind of wasted. But yeah, Avengers Endgame, one of the best, for sure. Spider-Man Far From Home. It's going into C tier. I am not a huge fan of this movie. This is a problem where the first hour is so goddamn slow and boring. And kind of uninteresting that it brings it down this far. It is saved by Mysterio. Those sequences with Mysterio are great. At the end and the close to the end one where he gets hit by the train. Both those sequences are phenomenal. Love them. And I loved this movie when it first came out. But the more I watch it, I'm I don't think I like this one. I don't. I'm switch with Ant-Man. I like Ant-Man a little bit better. The more I think about it. But I definitely like it better than all these movies. I don't like the decision of them taking Spider-Man abroad either. I think that was kind of dumb. Globetrotting Spider-Man doesn't work for me, but that's more of a personal nitpick. The inclusion of Nick Fury, especially when you find out it's fucking Talos at the end, like, why even have him in the movie? That was stupid. It makes sense because Nick Fury's acting really stupid in the movie, but like, just because you come up with an in-universe reason for why he's kind of incompetent doesn't make it automatically good. You know, the inclusion of Nick Fury and Maria Hill, I feel like, are just whatever. And I'm kind of upset that Sam Jackson didn't get to be his actual character in this movie. Because real interactions with him and Spider-Man would have been sick. But since it's fucking Talos at the end, like, every scene I see Nick Fury, and I'm just like, this is stupid as hell. I'm glad that fucking Spider-Man and Talos got to meet, I guess. I don't fucking know. Like, the more I think about Spider-Man No Way Home, or Far From Home, I'm like, ugh. But dealing with Iron Man's death, making his own suit, the fights with Mysterio. Don't get me started on the fucking Brad Davis shit. Brad in the movie, that subplot of him trying to get with MJ and fucking with Peter sucks. It sucks every time I watch it. The scene on the bus sucks. Him catching him in the bathhouse sucks. All that stuff just sucks. All that trying to get MJ shit sucks. Until MJ becomes a part of the plot in the middle of the movie. And then it just gets exponentially better. I actually like the stuff with Ned and Betty. Anything with Ned in it, Ned and Peter interacting, or Ned and Betty, I do like. And I like J.B.U. Smooth and Martin Starr. Other than that, Far From Home, No Way Home, Far From Home? Far From Home. Disappointing movie. Bad fucking title. Terrible title. Far From Home is an awful title. And so is No Way Home. All right. Next is WandaVision, right? I fucking love WandaVision. WandaVision's incredible. I rewatch it all the time. I'm a fan of the sitcom shit. And then the twist when I was watching it week to week, I'll never forget. It was awesome. Figuring out everything that was happening. WandaVision's the most fun I've had watching any TV show week to week. Straight up. It was incredible. I have some problems with it, but it was great. And the problems don't outweigh the things I like, which is something that I probably should have specified more on the list. But nonetheless, Elizabeth Olsen's fantastic. Paul Bettany's fantastic. Teyana Paris is fucking Monica Rambeau. Awesome. I'm so excited to see her in the Marvels. The kids are great. Catherine Hahn is Agatha Harkness is awesome. Jimmy Woo, man. Jimmy Woo's in this fucking movie. He came back from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and he's awesome in this. And so is Kat Dennings. I don't remember Jimmy Woo's actor's name. I think it's Randall something, but I can't remember his last name. And I don't remember Kat Dennings' character's name in these movies. But there are two things I don't like. The fight at the end. Well, that's not even true. I think the fight at the end is kind of okay. The fight at the end is just okay though. I do like the fight at the end between the two Visions. That shit's fun. All right, here it is. I don't like the sword guy. I think he's like kind of a shitty villain. He's just kind of whatever. And I don't like the twist with the fake Pietro being Ralph Bohner. That is so stupid. We got robbed of bringing the Fox Quicksilver into the MCU, man. Maybe it's not too late, but that was really fucking lame. Other than that, the WandaVision was fantastic. Love the show. Awesome. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I like just a little bit better than WandaVision. People really are divisive about this. I'm gonna put it. I'm actually gonna. I lied. I'll put it here, but it is my favorite of the shows, if that makes sense. It's difficult to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier only because the villain is so weak. And they had another villain that was so strong. But the weak villain ended up being the main villain throughout the show. I was thinking when I was watching it that U.S. Agent would be the villain of the show. And he's more of like an antagonist that's turned into ally. Although he becomes full U.S. Agent at the end. But I can't deny that their villain is much more integral to the show than WandaVision, where Wanda is actually kind of the villain too. Like that's why I like it a little bit better. But Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Daniel Bruhl, you name it, all those actors and Falcon Winter Soldier fucking bring it. It has a great message about becoming the Black Captain America and what that means and why he may want to or may not want to do it. Isaiah Bradley is a great introduction to give complications to Falcon taking up the Captain America mantle. I like the stuff where Bucky's working through his own PTSD from all the shit he's done, and he has to like not just apologize for it, but like keep moving forward and all that. And then Falcon being like, you know what, I am fucking Captain America. Fuck these guys. I don't care. I love that shit. It's awesome. And he's my Captain America now. He's the only Funko Pop I have. I have Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, Captain America. He's one of my figures on my shelf over there. I got him. I got Doc and Marty. I got Han Solo and Chewie, and I got Cade 6 on my shelf. Cade 6 is a random one. But yeah, I love Falcon Winter Soldier. I do like it better than Guardians of the Galaxy and everything below. That's no cap. But I can't put it above WandaVision because I think WandaVision's a slightly better show. But the stuff that they say in Falcon Winter Soldier is just more impactful to me, if that makes sense. I really went into this thinking I was going to put Falcon Winter Soldier above WandaVision, but I don't think I can. And I can't put it above Endgame either. But I can put it above everything else on this list. I fucking love Falcon Winter Soldier. And what I found out is I'm just a big Captain America fan. Especially after I watched it. Because if you look, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier, all in S tier. Endgame's kind of a Captain America movie as well. I wouldn't say Infinity War is. But yeah, man. Falcon Winter Soldier. Love it. Was Loki next or was Black Widow next? We'll do Loki next. I'm actually okay with that. Loki has a very weak, in my opinion, maybe not very weak, but a kind of uninteresting first 3-ish episodes. But the last 3 episodes are so fucking good that it bumps it up to A tier. This is the way I see it. Because the implications of Loki, that last episode with the time stream branches, and then the episode before that with the variant Lokis and all that, and figuring out that the TVA is just by one guy, and all that stuff is why Loki is so high. Because at the end of the day, from the show so far, because it's getting a season 2, it's the only MCU made show that's getting a season 2 so far, except for What If. I lost my train of thought. Sylvie is just a little bit of a weaker character. because I need to see more of her motivations. I think we'll get them from the second season. I like what I've seen of her so far, but I feel like there's more there that we haven't really delved into. So right now she's kind of a weaker character in my mind, but I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt only because there's gonna be another season. Tom Hiddleston's fucking fantastic in this show, though, throughout the whole show. Lady who plays Sylvie is great too. I just feel like it's like a weaker character. Like she doesn't have as much to work with, you know. Not as much pathos. I wish that the series gave her some more shit to work with. But the stuff with the variant Loki is the stuff with Morbius, Owen Wilson killing it. The TVA aesthetic is pretty cool, like 60s, 70s looking aesthetic. That's really all I have to say about Loki. It's really the implications that bump it up this high. And the second season could either tank it down to the C tier or bring it up to the S tier. Loki has a lot of things riding on its second season. But as it stands, where it ended and how it affects the MCU as a whole, A tier, because I wasn't expecting all that shit. The surprise factor is also bringing it up a little bit to A tier, but I had a lot of fun with Loki. Don't get it twisted. Black Widow is going to be in B tier, between Captain America and Doctor Strange. Black Widow is just a movie that should have been made right after Civil War. It wasn't directed the best. That opening sequence with that one song was it was like good. I can't remember what song it was is the problem. Whatever song they picked really killed that vibe of like what they were trying to go for with the child trafficking shit. So I was like, oh shit. But then the song was playing. And it was a bad cover, I think, of a Nirvana song. I really can't remember. But it was just like, why this song? This is stupid. They could have picked a different song. Or this just could have been like a scene of montages instead of the opening sequence. I think it would have made the movie better, honestly. I actually didn't end up liking the family dynamic. If anything, it sold me on Yelena Belova as the next Black Widow. Florence Pugh as Yelena is fucking awesome. She steals the show. She just straight up steals the show from Scarlett Johansson in this movie. Red Guardian, I think, is okay, but I think he's kind of lame, kind of schlubby, which is the point. But, stupid, too. He's really dumb. And then the mom, who I don't even remember her name, is all right. But it has some cool action sequences. I think the Taskmaster being Dreykov's daughter is fucking stupid. That's pretty lame. But there is some cool shit in this movie. I'll never forget fucking at the end where she's facing off against Dreykov and she fucking Black Widow slams her own face into the table to stop the pathogen so she can hit him. Is like some of the most badass shit I've ever seen. That was so fucking cool. And like a lot of the fights too are really good in this movie. The direction for the fights I really liked. I could feel the impacts of a lot of the hits and shit. Which is not what I was expecting from this movie. But overall, it's just like a slightly above average Marvel movie. But it had a lot of cool shit in it. So, there's that. I don't like What If. I think it has pacing problems every episode. Pacing problems, tonal problems. And I think I only really enjoyed 3 episodes out of the 9. The other ones I was just kind of watching. I was like, whatever. I like the Star-Lord episode with T'Challa's Star-Lord. I really liked the Doctor Strange episode, which I actually just watched. I hadn't seen that one yet. And then the last episode's like, okay. But there are a lot of problems I have with What If. First episode just being a Captain America retelling with Agent Carter as Captain America. It shouldn't have been a straight retelling for like 60% of that. That was very lame, very boring. I like Captain Carter as a concept, but we didn't need to see her whole fucking origin in that show. It would have been a lot more interesting if they just started 5 minutes showing the Captain America or Captain Carter origin, and then just branch off completely from the first Avenger. But it really doesn't. It sticks to the first Avenger for pretty much the whole thing, and that's very lame. Episode 2 was the T'Challa episode. Episode 3 was a murder mystery episode, which is like fun, but how are you supposed to see that twist coming? It was a lame twist. It was fun, lame twist. So 4 was a Doctor Strange episode, probably the best one. That was a really good episode. I liked how dark it was. I'm not really a fan of like dark shit, but like I was impressed. And even that had a little bit of tonal problems, but for the most part, it held itself together. The Killmonger meets Iron Man episode was pretty good, but it like ends on a weird cliffhanger for the purposes of setting up the multiversal Avengers. The Thor party episode is not. I didn't like that. I don't like Party Thor. I'm probably forgetting one. Yeah, I'm definitely forgetting one, but I can't think of it. Oh, Marvel Zombies, dude. Tonal problems. Tonal problems. It would have been a lot better if they played that just straight, not straight dark, but like if they need to play that darker than they did. Because all the jokey jokes and shit took away from the vibe of what they were going for. Marvel Zombies is getting its own TV show, so maybe they'll focus on that. But I don't know. Anyway, I got an email. I'm sorry about that. Not the biggest fan of What If. It's getting a season 2 though, so the season 2 could fix a lot of the problems I have with it, and I would be good with that. I just think it needs more interesting scenarios, and episodes can have different tones. But like a big problem with a lot of people have with the MCU is the tonal shifts in the movies themselves, which I don't have as much of a problem with. But you can really feel it in this like 35-minute episode of shows. Like it was bothering me. Shang-Chi. I'm gonna go right there. Shang-Chi is the movie I've been alluding to this whole time. Has the exact same problems as Captain America, the first Avenger, in my opinion. Great first hour. Great first hour. I'll be right back. Hello? Sorry, I'm getting a package. I think that's what that was. Anyway, um, yeah, Shang-Chi, man, amazing first hour. Great fights, great setup, really into it. And then he introduced Trevor Slattery. And then he introduced like some other shit, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It's very, very, very lame. Because the last fight's really cool with Wenwu and Shang-Chi until that fucking dragon comes out, and it was just stupid. Just really dumb. But I have high hopes for Shang-Chi. I like Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. He does a great job. So here's hoping for him having more shit to do in the future with Shang-Chi 2 and some other stuff. But for now, not a fan. Not a fan. I wouldn't even say I'm not a fan. That's not true. This movie's good overall, but its first hour is so amazing that the second hour is disappointing. If that makes sense. Because those fights are fucking crazy. The train fight, the fight on the scaffolding, the shit in the ring with the sister. All great shit. Hawkeye is going to be in B tier as well. Top of B tier, though. I'm going to knock Guardians down a slot. I had a lot of fun with Hawkeye. Great show. Kate Bishop's awesome. I like Clint Barton in that show. He has a lot to do. I liked watching it week to week as well. It was a lot of fun to watch week to week. It, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and WandaVision I really like watching week to week. Loki I didn't, but it made up for itself at the end. And What If I definitely didn't watch week to week. I tried and I fell off. Not a fan. But Hawkeye's fun. I just think it got a little distracted by its Kingpin plot. I think it should have been more interspersed. They were playing coy because of Spider-Man having Daredevil in it. I know that's why. And then I like the fight with Kate Bishop and Daredevil at the end. I don't like that he gets shot at the end. I'm hoping he's not dead. But I got sold on Echo. I wasn't the most excited about Echo, but I got sold on her. I'm excited for her show. Yelena stealing the show again in a different show. Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop was killing it. She's great. Like Yelena and Kate Bishop, I'm like super excited to see in these movies going forward. Hawkeye, fucking awesome. He's just like, I fought Thanos, now I'm LARPing. Here we fucking go. You know, like he's just a funny dude. I like Swordsman a lot. He was a good red herring villain. Especially when he's just like helping out at the end. That shit's funny. But yeah. Hawkeye, man. Solid show. Really just a solid Hawkeye show. Oh, the car fight. The car fight's great. The car fight in like the third episode, I think. They have a lot of fun fights. The fight on the rooftop's fun. Their last fight's fun. On the skating rink. It's a good set piece. I like the Christmas theme of it all too. But the worst post-credit scene in any Marvel movie. That musical shit, not a fan. Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, it's that fucking good. I couldn't believe it. They pulled it off. They fucking did it. They had all the Spider-Man multiverse villains in there. They had Toby, they had Andrew. They were both fucking awesome. Doctor Strange, his plot in there is good. Their fight is great. The Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange fight. All the fights in this movie are really good. His fight with Doc Ock on the bridge. His fight with Electro and Sandman. And Sandman's helping him out. His fight with Green Goblin in the apartment building. The fight at the end. All phenomenal shit. The setup at the beginning I really like too. I didn't like in No Way Home Spider-Man getting his identity revealed. But they handled it way better than I could have imagined with No Way Home. Tom Holland is my definitive live-action Spider-Man post this movie. And he fucking killed it. Everybody fucking killed it in this movie. Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, fucking Benedict Cumberbatch even. Jacob Batalon and Zendaya. Fucking killed it in this movie. Everybody was firing at 11. The ending has that fucking somber, hopeful Spider-Man tone, man. He's back to his roots. He's all alone now. His sacrifice at the end, you could really feel, like, you can't, for me, I couldn't feel it when he did it, but we went in that coffee shot, I could fucking feel it. It's like, oh god, dude. She really doesn't know who the fuck you are. But yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. My second favorite MCU movie overall. And that's the tier list. That's going to be the stream for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing this tier list. I think I will be uploading this on my YouTube channel. Trevingsley, the YouTube channel. But yeah, this is the current MCU tier list. I'm excited to see what will be added, what's going to get moved around. I'll probably do this again in the future. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save this, actually. I have to log in to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and save this. MCU. But all right, that's the tier list. We'll go over the schedule one more time. Mondays, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or between 8 and 9 is when it's going to start, not 8 to 9. Halo Infinite multiplayer, Tuesday, same time. We're going to go through whatever current game I'm playing through. First one's going to be Mass Effect 1, starting tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be more Halo Infinite multiplayer at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday is going to be current game playthrough at night, once again. 8 to 9 p.m. is when it'll be starting. And then Sunday is going to be random. Just chattings, one-off games, a secondary game possibly. Suggested games. Sundays are up in the air, but I'll be streaming at 11 o'clock a.m. on Sundays. Follow me at Trevingsley on Twitter for updates for random streams on Fridays and Saturdays, because I may do it, I may not. Just didn't want to include them in the schedule because I may not. But yeah, that's going to be the stream for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm Trevingsley. I had a great time doing this quick little hour and a half stream doing the MCU tier list. I fucking loved it, honestly. It was a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do an MCU video for a while now. I was working on one for a little bit, and it didn't end up working out, but I was able to finally do one talking about the MCU. And yeah, that's going to be about it. I'm Trevingsley. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And as always, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.